Friday, September 12th, 08:41 a.m. New York time. Welcome back, investors, to Winning Wall Street's Money. Last trading day of the week. We're approaching a scheduled event, a big scheduled event, next week, Wednesday, September 17th, 2 p.m. The Federal Reserve Open Market Committee members vote on where to set the target rate. The individual votes are published in the FOMC statement. That vote and the statement will have an effect on the markets after the event occurs. There's also speculation prior to it, and that's some of the reasons, the price actions that are occurring in the broad markets right now. Certain industries, certain sectors are much more impacted by interest rates being adjusted. So what I'm about to show you is the futures market, not the stock market. Stock market's not open until 9:30 p.m. Stock market opens 9:30 a.m. It's not even 9 a.m. yet. But the futures markets are open. They've been open since 6 p.m. last night. Could be opening and closing positions if you have an account that lets you trade futures. Since we're almost in the middle of the month, I want to look at multiple time frames. Specifically, going to focus on 3 time frames. The far right grid would be the monthly, means each candle represents a month. The middle is the weekly. That would be done, the close of today. And the left is the daily, which will also be closed today. This is the S&P 500 futures. So on that monthly grid, do high. The trend is up, higher high, higher low. The middle grid weekly, same thing. The trend is up, higher high, higher low. In the daily, on the left, we haven't taken out the high nor the low of yesterday. We're inside that range. It would be much more active when more people come to participate, and that would be 9:30 a.m. But again, it's Friday, so you may have people not staying as long. You may have less activity overall for the whole day. Let's go on to the next financial instrument. The yields, specifically the 10-year yields. Yields are offered, specifically the U.S. Treasury yields, are with the United States Treasury Department. That's another financial exchange. They also trade on the futures market. So, right off the bat, look at the monthly on the far right. Lower low, lower high. The trend is down. Broke below that inside candle. In the middle grid weekly, same thing. Trend is down. Lower low, lower high. And the far left, the trend is up. We took out the high of yesterday. Higher high, higher low. Again, this would be done at 5 p.m. New York time. But right now, that's a strong green candle. And the middle chart, the weekly, broke below, tested, and trading above the trend line. Going to the next financial instrument. The US dollar index. Monthly, lower low, lower high. Weekly, same thing, lower low, lower high. And daily, inside candle. Yep, we haven't taken out the higher low yet of yesterday. But it is a consolidation staircase pattern, lower low. On to the next. Look at the largest weighted average currency inside the euro, we'll look at the largest weighted average currency inside the dollar, which is the euro. Weekly, higher high, higher low. The monthly, far right grid monthly, higher high, higher low. The weekly, higher high, higher low. And the daily. Big event happened last night. I shared it to my Patreon members on WhatsApp, the members that are a part of WhatsApp. Yesterday we closed. This was a green candle. That was the high, that was the low. That's how it closed. Overnight, it gapped up. See this gap between here? So I just labeled the high of yesterday, which is this orange horizontal line that says gap filled, and the gap up, which is the low of today from last night. Gap tested. Well, the gap has not been tested yet. It certainly hasn't been filled yet. This does not happen too often, especially on currencies. So again, big demand had a gap up, and there's several other currencies that gapped up. I shared yesterday. Again, it's the largest weighted currency inside the US dollar is the euro. The dollar did not gap, but the currency gapped up. Let's go to commodities, energy commodities, crude oil. Yeah, monthly, lower low, lower high. Look at that big wick on the bottom, just like the prior month. Weekly, inside candle. Can you believe all this activity for this whole week? We still haven't taken out the higher low of last week. And the daily chart. So since last night, huge volatility. Took out the high of yesterday and the low of yesterday. So now I'm going to remove this gray area because it's no longer valid. Yeah. A lot of whipsaw. Big price action already since overnight. Crude oil. On to the next. Commodity, energy, natural gas. Monthly, higher low, higher high. Monthly tested, midpoint of that big wick of the prior month, and buyers stepped in there. Weekly, higher high, higher low. The trend is up. We tested this imbalance area. Daily chart. Lower high, lower low since yesterday. We tested this big wick's midpoint right there. Buyers stepping in over here. We have a gap here that hasn't been tested nor filled. I'm going to label this too. Okay, next category in the commodities. Gold, metals, monthly, all-time new high, higher high, higher low. Weekly, higher high, higher low. And the daily chart since open last night, higher high, higher low. Big wicks on the top here. That's gold. Let's go to the next metal, silver. Yep, monthly too, all-time new high. Weekly, higher high, higher low. And daily chart took out the high of last night already. New high, higher low. Let's finish this off on crypto, Bitcoin. Well, for the month, lower high, lower low. Weekly, higher high, higher low inside this imbalance area. And the daily chart, higher high, higher low. Big wick on the top. Yeah. Broke above here, midpoint. And again, doesn't close to the day. Let's put this on the 4-hour intraday. These candles are 4 hours. The current one on the far right of each grid, that gets done at 9 a.m. So about another 8 minutes, it'd be done. And then another about 40 minutes, U.S. stock market opens. Thank you as always, spending just a little time with me. That's it for the video. Thank you for watching.